Yes, your screen is visible. Like,
Okay, yeah. So good evening, everyone. I'm Albert from Department of Material Science and Engineering. So today I'm going through some of the basics of LaTeX. So first thing is why do we need to learn this LaTeX? So right now we have word processing softwares, a lot of word processing software. As we know that LaTeX is a one type of you can use LaTeX as a word processing software. So why do we need LaTeX if you have such a GUI based software? So first off, the major advantage of this LaTeX is that you can write your equations quite easier. So if you want to write some very basic equations, so it's easier in Word or any other word processing software. But if you want to write very complicated equations, mathematical equations, then you need to learn the LaTeX, because at that time you need to have so much flexibility in those cases. So that time, in that cases, it's beneficial. So the second point is, why is it necessary? It is machine dependent. Suppose you write Word document in say MS Word and you're saving it, and then you are opening in some other uh, softwares like LibreOffice, which is used for Linux based softwares. So that came so when you open those software, your saved file, your time typesetting will be very different from those of MS Word. So it will get completely altered. While in case of LaTeX, whether you will work on Windows or Linux, the typesetting will remain the same. So that is one more advantage. The third advantage is that it is backward and forward compatible. It means is that if you have, suppose, say very old Word document, say maybe 5 or 10 years ago, and you will open the file, the new softwares that does not support that compatibility, because the new so the new softwares won't support those compatibility. The typesetting will be slightly different because of the new features added. But one advantage, but the advantage in LaTeX is that even if you use very older tech file, those will be perfectly typesetted as it was. It will be in similar format like it was made that time. So it has that compatibility. And this last advantage is that you can, using LaTeX, you can make your citations very easy. Although we have citation tools for Word like Mendeley and Zotero, but in that case, suppose you want, but those are incompatible with it. Like the Zotero citations are not compatible with Mendeley and like that. So this is the one other advantage. So before starting the tutorial, I would suggest that you should also follow along with me. So I'm right now, what I will do is that I will paste a Google Drive link. You can download that files from there and follow along with me. Okay. So I will be sharing that drive link. Okay. Wait a minute. So yeah, this is the so I hope you all have got this drive link on your this chat box. So first thing you have to do is this download this one, LaTeX workshop. You can also follow along with me also. You can not just see, but you can also follow along. Okay, so it is downloaded. Now next thing you have to do is open this website, overleaf.com. So basically what is that it is an online a LaTeX tool. You can also install the same in your desktop or your laptop, but that is the installation is cumbersome. And if you have a very old desktop or your laptop, it might not work. It might take a little bit of time to render your text file. So one advantage is that the equations get easily rendered in this, and it's free also. So the first thing I will do is that I'll go over the news project, and then I will upload that project which I have downloaded. So I have downloaded this tech workshop, the tech workshop. And now it has got uploaded. So as you can see, all the files which I have uploaded got extracted over this left panel. Okay, so so I will now start with this, the basic, how will you create a basic document in this LaTeX. So the basic document or the structure is like this. So as you can see here, it is a forward slash, sorry, backward slash. So usually in LaTeX, the commands are specified using this backward slash and then the command name. So here the command name is document class. For every document, you have to specify this document class. Okay. And inside this document class, you have to specify what type of document is. So LaTeX support many types of documents like articles, reports, books, slides, letters. So another important thing is that this is the environment. If you specify like backslash and then begin, then it specifies the start of an environment, and here this is the end of the environment. So this is the environment. So this is called, and here you have to specify the type of environment. So basically this is the document environment. So as you can see, I have uploaded this file over here, and the first you can see 1.1 basic document. So here you can see all these things, and if I click on recompile, the text file will be generated over here at the right side. So you can see here this text is getting displayed over here. So this is the, you can say this is the bare bone of the LaTeX file, the simplest you can do. Okay, so this is another simple document structure for this LaTeX. So here you can, in document class, you can specify some other parameters also inside this big bracket. So here you can specify the font size, and here is you can specify the paper size. For example, you can specify the paper A4 size, A3 size, letter paper. Okay, and just below this you can specify the title of the document if you want. You can add authors, can add date, and then here this is the same thing as that over here. Okay, so actually your whole document will be inside this only, this document environment. Okay, so and this make title, whatever the content is over here, this will be displayed over this inside the document. And just like in some programming languages, we have this comments. So here we can, in this, similarly in LaTeX, we can specify the comments using this symbol. And if you want to add new line to the document, you can do using this double slash. It will create a new line. Okay, so this is inside this document 1.2. So if you look at this is the same file over here. So if I click on recompile, this text file will be rendered over this right hand side. So as you can see, this title has been created, this my LaTeX document, and here is the author name, date, and here it is other content. Okay, and you can see here this is showing in other color. This is the comment, so it has not been rendered. Now I will discuss about how you can load and use the packages. So just like in some programming languages, like in C programming languages, you write a hash include and then import some .h files. So because of that, you can able to perform some external tasks. For example, for example, if you include some .h files, you can do some other extra files. So similar to that, in these also we have the same thing. The packages are similar to that. So the syntax is like this backslash and then use package, and then you have to specify this package name inside this thing. Okay, and if the package needs some extra argument, then that can be specified over this big bracket. Okay, so this is just the basic structure how you can import the packages. So now I will show an example how can import these packages. Okay, so in this if you can see, so here this is the document class command. Now here I'm importing one packages named geometry. This is the package name, and inside and this package using this package we can also pass some parameters like the paper size and the margin size. Okay, so one feature of this loading package is that it can either affect the whole document, like this geometry package, it will affect the whole document. Okay, so if I will compile, so right now the margin is 1 inch. So for every pages it will be 1 inch margin. If I change it to suppose say 2 inch margin, the whole document where the margin will get affected. Okay, so and there are some packages which only affect a part of the document. Okay, like here it is the one X color. This is the package which is used to color this this text. So this will affect only specific part of document, and similar to this multi-column, this is this package will also affect only a part of document. So I have added just some random text over here in the middle in this begin and end document. So you can see that so this is actually a part of this package X color. So if you are not specifying this package X color, then you won't be able to use this command. Okay, so basically this from here to here, this text will be rendered over here. So you have to specify here the colors. There are only limited colors available over there. You have to check it at the documentation what types of color you can take, and within this block, this curly braces block, you can specify the text which you want to color. Okay, and similar to this that is this multi-column package, we can use similar thing like that. We can specify it no, sorry, this can be specified in an environment. Okay, so here it is the environment for begin, and this is the environment for, so within this you have to specify the text, and whatever text you will add, it will be added in multi-column, and here you can specify how many columns you add. So here I have added 2, so it is getting split into 2 columns. So from here to here the text gets rendered in 2 columns. So these text. So there are so different ways the packages can be used. So now I will talk about this fonts. So the simplest you can do is that you can underline the text or bold a text, or you can italicize the text. So you can do using these commands. Okay, so if you add text bf and add some text between these two curly braces, the text which you add which will get in bold. Okay, so I will show example. Okay, so here is the usual thing you will add, the document class, the begin document environment, and inside it is all the content. So if I click on recompile, So you can see here the bold text it's get bolded, and this underline text got an underline over here, and this one has changed to italicized. And you can specify this font size using this. Okay, you have to add this opening and closing braces, and you can add here small. Okay, so there are actually in LaTeX, you cannot specify any arbitrary values. So there are specific font size available. So that can be make used using these things. Okay, this command, a small command, if you add a small command, the text size will be of very small size. And if you add a very huge command, yeah, the text size, it has, you can see this has a very huge font. Okay. Now, sometimes you might want that you can if you want to specify some other font size that are not predefined. So this small has some fixed font size, and this huge has some specific font size. Suppose you want to specify some custom font size, so this can be specified using this. Okay, this font size command. Okay, so in this font size command, you can specify the font size over here, and you can specify this line spacing. Okay, and then you have to add this select font command. So this actually, this one is, you have to specify this as a new command. So using this new command, you can this will be added as a command name, my new font size. So wherever you will use my font size, so that in that place, this font features will be available. Suppose now I show you an example of that. So here you can see that I have made a new command which is of name my font size. I have just specified the font size, and this is the line spacing of that. Okay, and if you can see, this is here the curly braces where there's my texts, and if I add this command my font size, then you can see that the font has been changed. If you suppose if you want to if I change this size of this font, so you can see the font has been changed. So you can, so using this thing, new command, you can specify your custom command. Using that, you can change the font size. So there are other other features by which you can, for which you can use this new command, but right now I won't cover. Okay, so that's a very slightly advanced, so I won't cover that. So now I will talk about font faces, font typefaces. So font typeface means the type of font. Okay, like this Times Romans and all that. So it is specified by, so for this font typeface, you have to import this package name font enc. Okay, so if you import this package, then you can import the font name. Okay, so this L modem is the name of the font. Okay, so I have here, we have loaded this font, we have loaded this font, and now we can, this whole document got affected. Okay, so if I change this L modem over here with some other font name, the whole document font will be get affected. Now, if you want to specify some, say, specific part of the document, if you want to say something like this, only some specific region you want the font family to be different. So you can specify it like this. Okay, slash for font family, and this is the short code of this package. So it is not of this. So it is different. So if you want to use this, if you import this package, so you won't be able to use these things. Okay, Elmo. So by default, if I remove this, the package which was initial, the default fonts, it will get loaded over this whole document. Okay, so this is the default font of the package. So now you can see it is slightly changed. So if I loaded this, so but you can anytime add this custom font in a specific part of the document using this font family. Now I will discuss about how you can add images in your document. So using this, so for this adding images, first you have to load this package graphics. Okay, so by using this you can use this command #include graphics. So actually this is the bare minimum by which you can upload an image. But if you want your image to be centered, so you have to specify this centering command just before this. Okay, and if you want to add your if you want to add captions or labels to your figure, then you have to include these two, caption command and label command, inside this figure environment. Okay, you can see that it is here, it is the figure this is the figure environment. So using this figure environment, you can include caption command as well as the label command also. Okay, and in include graphics, you can also specify this some parameters like here you can take parameters like the width of the image, height of the image, or scaling of the image. So and here it will take the path of that image. So I will now I will show an example of that. So you can see here I have uploaded an image in here, figure1.png. It is under images / figure1.png. So I have added that path in over here. And then I've added one scaling factor because the image size was slightly larger, so it was not getting fitted. So I added a value of 0.25 over here. And then I've added here caption, and I provided this caption. Right now you can ignore this symbol. I will discuss about this. What is this? Okay, this. So I added a figure caption over here. And the label you can specify over here. For figures, the usual is that you have to add FIG under column, FIG column, and then you can have to specify the figure label. Okay, so if I compile it, so you can see now the figure has been loaded, and now it's saying the figure one, this thing, it is displayed over here. So it had come automatically. So if you will add some other figures, say suppose say if I copy this and paste it again, so you can see that we have now two figures, and now this numbering has been added automatically over here. Okay, so as you will add more figures, the number don't have to worry about changing the numbers over here. So if you this will only happen if you add this label. Okay, now I will discuss about how you can add tables in your document. So this is the usual format of this. So the table has to be included inside this tabular. Okay, so you can see here a tabular environment over here, starting from here to here. The document environment is present. Sorry, tabular environment is from here to here. And here you have to specify how many columns you want. Okay, so you want 3 columns. This can be specified using C. So this is what this vertical bar is actually showing that you want
Sir, your mic is off.
Okay. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hello? Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
we can.
Okay. Okay, so yeah. So I will start from fonts, tables, yeah. So right now I'm creating a 3 into 3 by 3 table. So this one, actually this line is this vertical line, okay, and this one similarly, this one is for this vertical line, okay, and same like that. And for if you want to specify this horizontal line, this is specified by H line, okay. So this is first horizontal line, second horizontal line, third and fourth. So this is the first, second, third and fourth, okay. And for each values in the row, you can specify using and. So if you so this is the leftmost value, so this, so if I remove over here, you can see that. So this thing have to see how much columns you have added, and because if you add this thing, like if you have added this 4 column over here, and if you compile the, it will break, okay, it will not work properly. And here I've added this double slash. This is the new line because I want value still here itself, so I've added double slash. So it will not, the next value, the value which I have added 4, it will not go over here, it will come over here. Because, so let's say if I remove this, you can see that the value which I've added 4 over here, it had gone over here. So you need to add this double slash, okay. So using this, the next value which will be added, it will go to the next line, okay. And similarly, if you want to do place it in the center, you have to include this in the center environment, okay. So you can see this, the whole thing is inside a center environment, okay. And similarly, just like in case of figures, you can also specify these captions and labels, okay. So you can see the captions and figure captions is showing over here, okay. Now I will discuss about how you can add lists
Sir,
in your document. Yeah.
sir, can you also show if we want to split this one of any two cell into two, like if where one is written, if I want to, split that cell, how to do that?
Okay. Here.
Yeah, one or any cell.
Hmm. Okay. You want this to divide into two parts, no?
Yes, sir. Just specifically one cell, like the one where 4 is written. I want to split it into two parts and then mention two values.
Okay. Yeah. So you can add this one I have discussed in your. You can use this command. Like here we have split this page into two, no, using multi-column command. You can use this multi-column command, and using that you can split.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So it doesn't work only just for this text document. You can also use along with these tables also. Okay. Okay. So now I will discuss about this list. So there are two types of list basically. It supports unordered and ordered lists. Okay. So this unordered list, it can be specified inside this itemized environment. Okay. So this is the itemized environment, start of environment, and this is the end of the environment. And for each item, you can have to specify this item command, and then you have to whatever statement you want to write. Okay. So you can also change this bullet point also. So by default, it's the point gets displayed in this bullet points. So if I just show you this, so you can see over here. So if I don't specify any other optional argument in this item, so it will be just a dot. And if you want to specify some other symbols, that symbols can be added over here. Okay. So similar to this, and if you don't want to include anything, suppose if you want to remove this dot also, so you have to specify an empty. Okay, so it will remove any symbol whatever over here. Okay, and similar to this we have if you want to add ordered lists, that means that containing numbers, you can use this enumerate. You can enumerate environment. Okay, so this is the enumerate environment, and you can add this points using this same thing. The syntax is the same, but just you have to change this environment from itemize to enumerate. Now I will discuss about very important part, the equations, how you can write equations in LaTeX. So there are two types of techniques by which you can write. The first one is the inline mode. Suppose this inline mode means that if you want in between text, if you want an equation, you can specify using this dollar, and in between this you can specify this equation. Okay, and another is if you want the equation to be displayed separately, that can be done using the displayed mode. So this is the syntax for that. You have to specify this, and in between this you can write these equations. Okay, so this is one type by which you can display in display mode, and another type is this one. So the difference between these two is that if you're using this, the equation number will also get displayed. Okay, so if you want your equation to show the equation number, write your equation within these. Okay, so now I will show an example. So this is the basic structure, these things, or these are. So I click on recompile. So as you can see, this is an inline equation. So equation is showing within the line itself, this alpha plus beta. So this alpha plus beta is showing the symbol. This command will render the symbols. Okay, and this if I add the same equation within this thing, then it will be displayed in a new line. So, and if I add this within this environment, equation environment, then you can see that along with the equation number is also getting displayed. Okay. So these are the two types of techniques by which you can add these equations. So I will now discuss about some very basic equations, how you can add those in your document. So suppose if you want to write a power of something, okay, you can specify using, suppose if you want only one symbol after, suppose your power contain only one symbol, say x square. So you can either use this, or if it contains more than one symbol, then you have to place a curly braces. Okay, so this and this is basically the same thing, but if you want, if there is more than one character, so you have to specify within this curly braces. Okay, so I will now show an example. So here you can see these two are exactly the same, even though I have added curly braces, because, and if I say, if I add something over here, so like 25, if I click on render, so it has added 5 over here, but if I had 25 over here within this curly braces, so you can see that it has over, the 5 is also at the power, at the superscript. So this is another example which I've added. So similar to this subscript, if you want to write superscript, you can specify using this underscore, and then that the other argument you want to write under underscript. So if I want this word to be, the whole word to be in underscript mode, I have to include these brackets also, because I want to group things. So because you can see the whole word has been written in underscore. And now if you want to add a fraction, so this is the command for fraction. Okay, so just after fraction, this first curly braces is for numerator and the second one is for denominator. Okay. Now there are other things. This caret symbol and this underscore symbol, it works actually different in different commands. Okay, like this in if you specify this int command, after underscore it will specify this lower limit, and after caret it will specify the upper limit. Okay, like you will see. So you can see here this 0 is on lower and this is the 1 is the upper limit. And here I've added this fraction command. So this is some, and similarly there are a lot of commands here. I'm showing just some few basic. So if after the sum command, if you add this underscore, it will, this one will get displayed over here. And if you specify this caret symbol and whatever you'll specify, this will be get displayed over here. So this infi is the infinity command. So using this command, infinity will be displayed. And this is the usual thing. And similarly, this command is for product. Okay, this is by product. Okay, and this is for this limit. Okay. Now I will discuss about brackets, how we can add brackets to your equations. Okay, so these are the common brackets. You can use this small bracket, big bracket. This is for this curly bracket. This is for angular bracket. Okay, and this is for this bar bracket. Okay, so if I go over here and select, so you can see this still here it is fine, but you can see here this, for this one, you can see this left one is slightly bigger than this. So actually what we can do is that we can specify this size of bracket as well. So actually there are two techniques by which we can specify the size of the bracket. So first is the static sizing. So, and the next is the dynamic sizing. So using the static sizing, resizing, you can specify specific size of. So there are some specific commands by we can specify this. Like if you add this big L command just before this bracket, you can specify a specific size. So like if you, there is some fixed size you can add over here. Like if I had, if I remove this, you can see that it had gone back to this normal. So so this is, you can do one another by using one another method by using which you can resize your bracket is this dynamic resizing. Sometimes you want that you want bracket size to change as you change the equation size. Suppose if you want to add a fractional thing over there in your equations, so at that time you want that this brackets to resize accordingly. So at that place you can use this dynamic resizing. So you using this command, you can specify this dynamic resizing. Okay, so you have to include these two and within these you have to write the equation. So this is one example over here. So you can see here this that we have added the normal bracket. So we can see it is very small. It's not that looking nice. So if I added a dynamic resizing command over here and here, so the bracket has now resized. Okay. You can see the bracket is now looking nicer compared. So if you add some very complicated equations also, the brackets will be get automatically readjusted. Okay. So now I will show you some few tools by which you can write equations. Okay, so as you can see, sometimes these equations, as right now it is looking fine, but if you want to write a very complicated equations, you might get overwhelmed initially. So I will show you a few links which you can use to write equations. Okay, so first I want to show this thing. So this is already present in these links are present in the Google Drive which I have shared. Okay, so this first time one I will show you this thing, web demo, script, my script. So if we go over to this first option, math. So here you can do is you can just draw your equations. Okay. Okay, like if you want to write e square plus under root of x divided by y. So you can see that whatever I have written, roughly it is shown over here, and you can just copy this LaTeX file, okay, this LaTeX command, and you can just simply paste it over here. So I just paste it over here. You can see. Okay, okay, it was not copied properly. Okay. Okay, actually, it is showing dfracs. This requires some other packages. So actually, frac works. Okay, frac work for fraction. So using this tool, you can write your equation slightly easier. Okay. And now next rule I want to discuss is about okay, this one, this math on Quora. Okay. So actually, it contains some examples. Okay, of LaTeX equations. Suppose so you can go over here and see some equations are written. You can change them also. Okay, so it will get automatically rendered over here. So you can play around, and so this is basically you can, if you want to see what are the features or what type of equations, for what type of equations you have to type what type of command you can see here. So there are some very basics examples are available. So example like you can see here, and you can also play around with this. Okay, so it will get automatically changed the values. So similar to this is another tool I want to show, like this code cogs. So this is similar to this thing is that you can add, if you hover over this, you can see what type of the various types of equation you can write using this integral and these things, summations. So it will get, and you can see whatever we are writing, it getting rendered over here. So these three tools are very quite helpful, especially this one. So usually in LaTeX, the main problem is people usually have is writing equations. So if you start using those tools, it might get slightly easier. So for writing those equations. Okay. So now I will discuss about this chapters, sections, and subsections. So suppose you're writing an article or a report, if you want some sections, subsections, so how you can write this? So this is the usual format of this. So you can add this using this chapter command. Okay, so using this chapter command you can add, and then you can specify the heading, chapter heading. Okay, similarly, if you inside those chapter, if you want to add section, you can specify using section command, and this is the section heading. And if you want to add a subsection, this is the command for subsection. Okay. Okay, so I will now show a very basic example. Okay, so it is over here, sections, chapters. Okay. So right now you can ignore these things. Okay, I will talk about it. So you can see here this. I've added this chapter command, this and this introduction is getting rendered over here. Similarly, we have added these sections. So it is section. Added a section over here, and it has already taken this care of this numbering 1.1 that had added by itself. And if I want to add subsection, you can see that I've added one subsection over here. So you can see here also it had gotten numbered automatically. Okay, and here I have added another chapter. Okay, so okay, so in between I've added an equation for just for testing. You can see this equation. So I'm using that display mode equation, so which shows the equation number. So you can see the equation number is also correctly showing over here, 2.1. So these things gets automatically taken care of, the chapter numbers, sections number, subsection number, equation numbers. So all these things getting created are taken care of automatically. Okay. So, and also another thing is, if you want to add table of content of all these chapters, subsections, sections, so you can just have to specify this command, table of contents, and this whole table gets automatically added over here. Okay. Now, if you want to specify links in the document, so suppose if you want to say click this and it gets automatically redirected over that page. So for that, I have used this package. Okay, this hyperref package. And I think these things are not necessary. Okay, so after importing this package, you can specify some parameters like what color links you want to add. So for all type of links, so these are the different types of links. Like if you are adding a URL web page, then what type of color you want to specify over here. So these are for this colors only. Okay. And if you just download this file and you in this text open in your PDF here, you can see that these sections and subsections are also have added over here also. So this is because of this hyperref package. Okay. So this hyperref is, what it does is that it adds the links to this section, subsection, and other URL files, and it adds this navigation panel at the left. Okay, so you can navigate it from here also. Now I will discuss about how you can add citations to your article. So first, for citations, you have to create this .bib file. Okay, the bibliography file. Here it will contain all the citations. Okay, sorry, all the references of the document will be inside this .bib file. So I have already created a big file. Okay, so for this bib file, you have to first go is that you have to search some papers. So first I will go to Google Scholar. Search some papers. Okay, so there are two ways you can this is the big tech file. Okay, this is the big tech format for and this. So in Google Scholar, you can directly click on this site link, and here you have BibTeX. If you click on this, it will be navigated, and here you have BibTeX format. So you can directly copy, and then you can paste it over here at end of document. Okay. Now, if you want to cite this paper, you have to just copy this. Okay, it is inside this @ article. And wherever you want to cite, you have to place this cursor. Suppose you want to cite over here, you have to type cite command, and then you have to add this thing. And then if I click on compile, now you can see that that article has been cited over here. So if you want to, after adding citation, if you want to add this bibliography, this can be simply added by using this bibliography command. Okay. So if you add bibliography and then the file name where the bibliography and your references are kept, so it is inside a refs.bib. So you don't have to specify the extension name over here. You just have to write the name. Okay. So it is refs. So we have actually 3 references over here. So this will display the whole bibliography. And if you want to change the style of your bibliography, you can specify using this bibliography style. So there are some predefined bibliography styles present. So you can change the, right now I have added plain. So it is some showing the whatever the default one is present. So it's showing in that format. Okay. And similar to this navigation one, which I have discussed in sections and subsections chapter, if you want to add this, if you want something like this, if you click this link and it gets navigated over here, you can import the same package hyperref, and you can specify this color of the link, and this navigation thing will automatically get added. So if you now click on this, so it will get whatever reference you are clicking. Okay. So I have shared this this whole document, this zip file, as well as this PPT also. If you want to refer back to my PPT, you can also refer to them. Okay, so because there is a lot of content over here to cover, so right now you might be following, but later you might forget. So I thought it would be fine that if I add in some sections and give it to you as a zip file, so you can test it and try it out later on. Okay. So that's it for today from your all. From my side, thank you everyone for your attentions. Okay.
So now you can ask if you have any queries. So
Sir?
Yeah.
Will the slides, this PPT or and this files, LaTeX file, syntax file will be sent to us or not?
Yeah, it is already shared. If you open this drive link, no, these 3 files, this zip file containing the text file, this PPT is shared.
Okay.
Just check it if it is showing or not. Just check once.
Actually, I'm using my mobile, so I.
Okay. Yeah. So this I have shared you a drive. It contains this
Oh.
the zip file contain all the text file. This contain these 3 links, these tools which I have shown. Okay. And this one is the PPT. Okay.